Officials talk to each other. Crowd's going crazy as there's no flag right on the Saints sideline.
On Tooney, and right there he slaps. And
Frustration, outrage, playoff dreams dashed. These are just some of the feelings fans experience when a referee's call swings the momentum of an NFL game. Let's jump into our top games that were ruined by referee calls. The worst pass interference call in Steelers history, Pittsburgh Steelers versus New Orleans Saints. This penalty came through when Joe Hayden touched Alvin Kamara's back but didn't push him away. Drew Brees threw a pass deep down the field to Kamara, who was in the end zone.
behind, Brees finally finds him. Is there a touch there? Ooh.
To take the ball away from him, Joe Hayden, who was also in the end zone, touched his back as both jumped together to get the ball. Joe Hayden was awarded a pass interference call, which was unexpected because he barely touched his back, but the referee made his worst call and ruined the game for the Steelers.
And it's incomplete, almost picked, but a flag is out.
The penalty resulted in a 33-yard gain for New Orleans, which scored on the next play from 1 yard out to take a 7-3 lead.
It's the pocket on Tooney, and right there he slapped.
Tom Brady's roughing the passer penalty, Kansas City Chiefs versus New England Patriots. Chris Jones tried to stop the quarterback Tom Brady from throwing the ball. However, the referee said Chris Jones fouled him, even though it wasn't a big deal.
The passer. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Because of the foul, the other team got a chance to try again instead of it being a difficult third down. It looked like Chris Jones' motive was just to swipe Tom Brady's arm away while he was throwing the ball to his teammate. The referee awarded him with roughing the passer penalty, which seemed not fair, keeping the whole picture in mind.
Officials talk to each other. Crowd's going crazy as there's no flag right on the Saints sideline.
The worst no call ever, New Orleans Saints versus Los Angeles Rams. With 1:49 left, Drew Brees dropped back and threw a pass to Tommy Lee Levi's. But before Levi's got his hand on the ball, nickel Roby Coleman struck him with his shoulder and he fell out of the field. Everyone around screamed for pass interference, but it was not given, and the fate of the whole game was changed. It was the worst no call ever given by the referee. Phil Luckett botches Jerome Bettis OT coin toss, 1998, Pittsburgh Steelers versus Detroit Lions. Back in 1998, this was one of the most controversial coin tosses that occurred during the extended time of the Thanksgiving Day game between the Steelers and Lions. After showing the coin to both the captains, the Steelers captain was asked to make a call while the referee threw the coin in the air. Jerome Bettis clearly said tails, but when the coin landed, referee Phil Luckett called it heads and gave the ball to the opposite team. Jerome and Carnell Lake argued with the referee about his decision.
The argument continues on the sideline in front of Bill Cowher.
Even the commentator said he called it tails, but the referee didn't change his decision.
I believe Jerome Bettis said tails,
making it one of the worst calls that ruined that game.
Because of this, they say this is
Bottlegate, Jacksonville Jaguars and the Cleveland Browns. With just over a minute left, the Browns thought they made a first down, but the referees said they didn't. The Browns fans were furious because the referees changed their minds after the Browns already ran another play. The fans became super angry and started throwing stuff on the field, mostly plastic beer bottles, which is why it's called Bottlegate. It got so bad that the game had to be paused for a while. Eventually, the teams returned to the field and finished the game, but the Browns lost. It was a big mess because of the referee's mistake.
Should be touchdown. Hey, that's a catch. Is that touchdown though?
Dez Bryant's amazing catch that didn't count. Dallas Cowboys versus the Green Bay Packers. The Cowboys quarterback, Tony Romo, threw the ball far down the field for Dez Bryant, who was alone against a defender. Dez jumped high and caught the ball. It looked like a touchdown because it would have put the Cowboys right next to the end zone. But things weren't that simple. Back then, the rules for catching a football were different. According to the rule, to catch the ball, a receiver needs to grab it, land with both feet, and hold onto it long enough to avoid getting tackled. If the receiver falls while trying to catch it, they must hold the ball tightly during the fall. Because the ball moved a little in Dez's hands as he landed, the referees decided it wasn't a catch after watching the play again.
Quarterback's arm was going forward. It is an incomplete pass.
Tuck rule game. Las Vegas Raiders versus New England Patriots. A big play happened in the fourth quarter in a close playoff game between the Raiders and the Patriots. A Raider player tackled the Patriot quarterback Tom Brady, and it looked like he fumbled the ball. The Raiders recovered the fumble and everyone thought they won. But the referees took a closer look at the play and decided something strange. They said it wasn't a fumble even though Brady stopped throwing and tried to hold the ball. The referees changed their minds and gave the ball back to the Patriots.
Jefferson. That goes.
Roughing the passer 2018, Seattle Seahawks versus Dallas Cowboys. During this game, Dak Prescott threw the ball to Cole Beasley, who was on the receiver end, to take it further towards the finish line, but behind the 16-yard line, he was brought down to the ground by Trey Flowers. A flag was thrown, and everyone was focusing on Beasley and Flower, while when it was replayed in slow motion, it was Quinton Jefferson who was awarded with roughing the passer penalty. Before Beasley got a ball from Prescott, Quinton Jefferson tried to block his move to prevent the throw. Still, when he couldn't do it, he pushed Dak Prescott to the ground, which was considered an offense by the referee, although it didn't fulfill the criteria for the said penalty.
They mark off a penalty on Jim Schwartz.
The worst call in NFL Thanksgiving history, Detroit Lions versus Houston Texans. During the game between the Detroit Lions and Houston Texans on Thanksgiving, Justin Forsett got tackled, but the referees didn't blow the whistle to stop the play. It looked like he went down on the ground for a moment, but the referees didn't call it. Forsett saw this, surprised everyone, and kept running. He ended up sprinting for a touchdown.
The safety, and James is right in front of him. He's down, but no.
Controversial incomplete pass by Jesse James, Pittsburgh Steelers versus New England Patriots. During this play between the Steelers and Patriots, Jesse James got the ball in his hand, but without correcting his position, he leaped toward the finish line to claim the touchdown. Initially, it was given a touchdown, but later it was revoked back. NFL officials explained why a touchdown call was changed. The rule is that a player catching the ball in the end zone needs to hold on to it after hitting the ground. In this play, the receiver, James, reached out and got the ball over the line, but he fumbled it as he fell. As he couldn't hold on to it after touching the ground, it wasn't a catch and a touchdown. So the referees changed their mind and called it an incomplete pass instead. Referees can mess up big time in NFL games. We've all seen those calls that make you shout at the TV. Today, we looked at some of the referees' blunders that were most talked about. Next time a bad call happens, just remember that it's part of the crazy world of football.